guys, first I want to tell you a scary story. Once upon a time, there was a girl and she had bleached hair. And she decided she wanted to get
a perm! Bum, bum, bum!
Isn't that scary? For me, terrifying. That is like, as a hairstylist, the most terrifying thing you can ever hear from your client. Oh, I have all this beautifully lightened platinum hair. I want to get a perm. Let me back it up a minute.
Let me tell you what's going on.
So I had a new friend call me the other day, a friend of a friend. She said,
I have destroyed my hair.
And when she told me this, my heart went out to her because
I've been there.
I know how devastating
it
can be, right? Can you imagine all of your hair fried all the way, especially if you have like long hair, you know, like me. Who cares? It's only about that much.
But
she was told that she should cut all her hair off and dye it brown, which is an option. I was like, but I don't really, it's not really my jam, you know?
I don't know what I'm saying.
That's not how I like to do things. Because there is a really strong
psychological,
emotional
connection that we,
especially women,
have with our hair. I mean, it's true. When our hair looks bad, we feel bad. So I went and I looked at her hair and I said,
you don't have to cut it off.
You should probably get a really good trim. Her hair is about this long. And so we took it up to made it an angled bob and gave her a good bit of layering in there. Light layering, like not real heavy, chunky layering, but piecey layering, which was nice. It was able to get out a lot of the damaged hair without removing all of her length. She
almost cried
when I was done because it was the first time she's seen her hair look kind of normal, because I also styled it for her. And I think it gave her hope that she's not going to end up bald. I told her, I'm like, you have to use a really good leave-in conditioner after you shampoo before you do any kind of blow drying or anything. The more you can leave it unblow dried, the better. I don't know if that's the word, unblow dried. So anyway, having said all that, I have had 3 friends ask me for a perm who all have heavily highlighted hair. So I thought
I need
to do this video. I need to explain,
just put it out there, real simple explanation,
why you can't perm hair that has been bleached. Let's say you want real beautiful platinum blonde hair. Let's say you want just like a vanilla blonde hair. Anyway, either way, you want lightener on your hair to lift it more than 3 levels. Up to 3 levels, I can use color, but after that, I have to use lightener. When you put bleach on your hair and you lighten it really light, let's say it's like inside of a banana peel white when you're done. It's the maximum lightness, it will go before it is disintegrated. If you try to just use bleach to get it to white, it will disintegrate, because what you're doing is you're taking all the inside out of that hair strand and just leaving the outside of the follicle. Think of it as if you had a fish and you took the fish out and just left the scales. That would be what would be left of your hair. Does that make sense? You take hair that has already been compromised through lightening, and then you put a perm on there. Even if it's a made for lightened hair perm and you only leave it on for 5 minutes. So how a perm works is that you apply the perming solution, and what that does is chemically softens the hair. It changes the hair on a molecular level. It softens it, it breaks it down, it loosens up all the bonds and stuff. And so when it's wrapped around a rod and they put the solution on and let that set for until they check it and open it up and see if it's holding its shape or not. Now, that fact that it's holding the shape doesn't mean that it is already set. That just means that it's softened the molecular bonds enough that it is taking the shape of what is holding it. If you went and rinsed that out right now, it would do absolutely nothing. You also have to do the final step, which is to neutralize. So you go to the sink and they rinse it all out, and then they put on neutralizer, which it hardens those bonds back up. Okay? Does this make sense? I don't know. You guys might be totally lost though. I don't know. Makes sense to me. When they put the neutralizer on, so it's like what, 5-10 minutes? I don't know, it's been a long time since I've done a perm. And then they rinse it and start removing all the rods. And what you have left at that point has finished the chemical process, softened, shape, hardened back up. And so now you take those out and that hair is done. So if you're thinking about getting a perm, you might think that you want to get this. Maybe I want my hair like this, but what you're gonna end up is more like this, or even worse, this. It can be devastating. I always tell my friends, I'm like,
You have to pick one or the other.
you can lighten your hair or you can perm it, but you can't do both. Not if you want to keep all your hair. All right, so have I scared you enough? So if you have a stylist you trust, listen to them and take their advice when they say,
Maybe you shouldn't perm it. It might be kind of hard on your hair.
since you have all these beautiful highlights, which I, your stylist, have worked very hard to get to your perfect color. I would hate to have to cut them all off. If you're not really sure how to react if your stylist tells you no, because it can be hard, I prepared a little skit to help you with what to say next time your stylist says no. Oh, here comes my client. I want to get a perm. I don't know. I think your hair's a little too lightened for a perm. I think it might hurt it. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's do a beautiful color for Christmas. A beautiful Christmas blonde. All right, let's do it. That sounds fun. Yay! That's all. It's a scary story because it's almost Halloween. Woo! I went to my dad's today and we started on the candy shoot. So I'll finish that and then I'll show it to you on Monday's video, which will also be our trick or treat video.
Pretty excited.
All right, guys. I hope this was informational, entertaining, what have you. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Bye!